are back with comedian David Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol. And today is a hard day to be fucking sober. The first Friday night out of lockdown and the streets are fucking pumping. I went to get something to eat today and every single pub, bar, cafe that I drove past had about 20 people outside drinking, laughing, smoking darts, having fun. And it looked fucking delicious. It was sunny. People weren't wearing masks. No one was wearing masks. That was interesting too. I watched them. People would walk up to the outdoor seating in masks and then they would sit down, take their masks off, start smoking darts and drinking pints, surrounded by about 20 other people doing exactly the same thing. Nobody gives a fuck. And there were places I was driving past where there's like 3 or 4 bars in a row. So there's like 10 people out the front of each bar. So there's a big group of 30 people just standing around, darting, drinking, loving life, getting that sun in. It looked so fucking good. I did not see any evidence of social distancing the whole time I was out. I would love to just take a 2-day break tonight and tomorrow night. Just fucking let loose. Get a good party under the belt because these are going to be the only 2 exciting days. Everything after this is just going to be same old, same old. Like in 3 weeks, we won't even remember there was a lockdown. That's how fucked up our short-term and long-term memories are. A couple of bars I drove past, I saw a few familiar faces and I was like, fuck, I haven't seen those heads in a long time. And they look like they need a drink. I would have fucking loved to have been joining them. A couple of beers, a dart, the sun. You forget how fucking good Melbourne is when it's sunny as well. When it's sunny and everyone's out in the street, it's a fucking cool place to be. There are some days, and they come less and less frequent as I go on, but there are some days that I really do miss drinking, and today is one of those days. But anyway, that is my fucking lot in life, but that is not most of your lot, and today is fucked up Friday. And the people of Melbourne are not going to need a lot of fucking encouragement tonight. I think I'm going to get a few fucked up Friday stories sent in from tonight. It's kind of good you don't need encouragement tonight because I have a fucked up Friday story from the other side of the fence today. This is an all-timer fucked up Friday story and it is coming straight from one of the boys in blue. It's from a fucking copper. Now, when I opened this message and started reading the fucked up Friday story, they said at the start they're a police officer, and I will admit, my heart fluttered a little bit. It did a little bit of a double beat. And then I kept on reading the fucked up Friday story, and I'm like, oh, obviously it's a police officer from fucking overseas or something. I thought it might have been a fucking Bobby over there in the UK. I couldn't tell. And then at the end of the fucked up Friday story, there was a photo I needed to open. I couldn't see what the photo is, so I click on the photo, and it was a Victoria police badge next to a phone with I'm quitting alcohol on the screen. I'll post it on Instagram so you can have a look at it. And I can tell you right now, when I saw Victoria Police, my heart skipped a little more than one beat. It started racing. I'm man enough to admit I had to get my wife to calm me down because I can't remember exactly everything I've said on this fucking podcast, but I know there hasn't been a lot of positivity towards the police officers. I know there isn't an episode in any of the 532 or whatever I've done of these podcasts called I Love the Police. And after I saw that photo, which I'll post on Instagram, all I could picture was me standing in court and the judge going, what is he charged with? And the cop goes, everything. And just hands over my podcast to the judge, hands it to the jury. And the jury goes through my podcast. And after a day of listening to it, they come back with the verdict. It's a quick verdict. They come back and they're like, all right, in the matter of Boyle versus the state on the charges of everything, we find the accused guilty of being a fucking mad cunt. Woo! And then the jury just pulls out glow sticks. Everyone starts dancing. The judge puts on a curly wig and starts smoking a joint and we all just have a party in the courtroom. That's how I pictured it. But this is a great fucked up Friday story from the other side of the fence. I never even considered cops would have fucking great stories, but of course they would. They would witness everyone's fucked up Friday stories. They're the end of everyone's fucked up Friday stories. But anyway, thank you for sending in the fucked up Friday story. I appreciate it. If anyone else wants to send in fucked up Friday story, hit me up on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Just send it through. So here we go. A fucked up Friday story from the other side of the tracks. So I've been a cop for about 10 years and seen some pretty messed up shit through my 20s. One of these times was when we got called to a fruit shop for an erratic female causing a disturbance in the citrus section. We get there with my rookie partner and this bird has lost it with the shopkeeper, racist, and proceeded to take off all her clothes. She had deliberately shit herself and threw the white undies on the wall very dramatically as we pulled up. I hope this bitch is listening. I want to hear her side of the story. What could her side of the story possibly be? All it could be is I took too much MD, flipped out, and I needed a shit. Where else was I going to shit? So anyway, naturally, I send in the newbie to have a chat. So Berg gets up on the oranges stand and squats and takes another runny shit on the fruit. Jesus Christ. Then she jumps towards us, but slips on some fruit that she'd thrown around beforehand. I pepper sprayed. That sounds fucking funny. I fucking pepper sprayed the bitch. I pepper sprayed her, which just sent her even more wild. That's meth for sure. Where were we? Sent her even more wild, and she ran off to the back of the store. She turned around and squatted and pushed as hard as she could. Squirted a shit towards us with some going on my offsiders boot. Please note. And then brackets. And I swore an oath to the Queen, so I can't lie. When I say this diarrhea squirt is going 1.5 to 2 meters. Still never seen anything like it before in my life. Anyway, we glove up and wrestle this chick into the divvy van to go to the Hossie. That's the hospital for the uneducated plebs out there. The Hossie. We get there and the white inside of the van is now brown and fucking stinks. Dropped her off with the doctors where she needed to be and back to the station for a uniform change. Newbie offsider dry reaching and gagging the whole way, which I found hilarious. Anyway, I love a long neck after most shifts, but after that one, the job went for about an hour and we struggled in the wrestle. Ended the shift, we went across the road and sank pots for a few hours. We drank quietly the whole time, got pretty messed up, caught him sniffing his fingers a couple of times. Fucking hell. He probably gets flashbacks every time he takes a shit or eats an orange. And then he goes, oh, I remembered after I sent the first message, she actually squirted a third shit in the shop somewhere, but I can't remember when. Sometime after the orange, but before the wrestle. We submitted a warning flag, so whenever she gets checked, the coppers will get a safety warning that says, caution, possible projectile poo. That's a fucking rough day on the job. I would not want any fucking piece of that whatsoever. Fuck that. Fucking hell. Anyway, thank you for sending that in. It's good to get a different perspective from the other side of the fence. I never even thought about the coppers' side because it was always the coppers trying to stop me from having a good time and shitting in the citrus section of the supermarket. So thank you for sending it in. And also, if you can organize some sort of like clerical error on my criminal history, that would be much appreciated. I'm not saying do anything, but if some stuff can disappear, it would be real nice. Alright, that's it for me tonight. Fucking enjoy your weekend, Melbourne. The rest of the world, you've had a bit of fun. Let them enjoy it. Alright, enjoy your weekend. See you the fuck later.